Hi everyone, I'm Terry, and this is the Yarnjoy podcast, episode number 43. Welcome. I have some finished objects today, works in progress, and I have one shout out, and I also have some exciting upcoming news to tell you. So, let's get started. Okay, so for my finished objects, I finished the little sleeping robot that I had started last week. I think last week I'd only showed you the head. And that was about it, I think. So he was such a fun project to put together that I rushed ahead and finished him up. So here he is. Super cute. This is for a baby shower upcoming. A little young couple, well, not little, but a young couple that's having their first child. It's for a baby shower gift for them. So there he is. He's a pattern that I found on Ravelry, a free pattern, and I will put links to all the patterns that I speak about today in the description box below. Okay, so finished object number 1. Super cute. Okay. And then finished object number 2 is, last week I showed you the Christmas character Afghan cowl that myself and some of my YouTube friends are doing together to have end up with a Christmas blanket at the end of the year. Well, I have done the third block since this was for March, and I'm finished. And last week I showed you I was halfway through, and so I went ahead and finished up the square. So there is my snowman square for the Christmas character Afghan cowl. And I continued on with the theme of using some sparkly yarn in all my squares. So I used a green sparkly, I believe that was Party, I think, Simply Soft, Karen Simply Soft Party in green, I can't remember. Maybe it's just called green, I'm not sure. But then also in his scarf, I used alternating the red sparkly, which I'm not sure. It was something that I had with no ball band, so I can't remember what it was, but it was something I've had for a while. So I alternated the red and the green, but using the sparkly. Okay, so there's my square. That's the third square in my set. Really enjoying working on that. I'll show you right quick. I'll show you a picture of the finished project. It's right there. It is a project from Sarah Zimmerman of Repeat Crafter Me. And so I have done the first 3 squares at the top. And so my next one will be the sleigh, the Christmas sleigh right there. Okay, so let's see, that is finished object number 2. So finished object number 3 is my ongoing 365 Days of Granny Square project following Yarn Utopia's tutorials that she did in 2016, where she released a YouTube video tutorial showing you how to do 1 square per day for the whole year. Okay, so I am now up to I left off last week at 140. So here's number 140 right here. 141. 142. Right there. 143. 144. And number 145. So, getting close to the 150 mark. Okay, so that is my finished objects for the week. This will transition us into the works in progress. Okay, so with these squares, the 365 squares, I have been putting them together to make blankets. And so last week's 6 squares that I made, I added to the blanket. I'm edging it in black this time. So now I have 3 rows of my blanket. It is, I'm doing 6 rows across. And so that's my progress on that one. Okay, and so for the next work in progress It is the Panels and Squares Afghan. It is a free pattern by Lion Brand. There's a link to take you to it from Ravelry, and like I said, I will have it in the description box below. This is the name of it is Panels and Squares Afghan by Lion Brand, and I'm doing it for a wedding shower gift. So here I have the 4 small squares in the corners. I had to make those. I made those, and then I got one round just starting here, going all the way around the whole entire thing. So I'll be doing that for several rounds. It's similar. I think it's similar to the colors right in here where we did on the center area. And so that's what I'll be working on this next week. If you see this little red piece of yarn right there, if you happen to see it, it's just for me to know what side is the right side, that's all. So there it is. It's growing. It's getting larger. It's a very nice yarn. I'm using Lion Brand Heartland yarn. I'm using the colors, the exact colors that was called for in the pattern. I just really liked the colors, and so decided to go ahead and go with that. And I will show you what it's going to look like. The finished product is, I'll zoom up a picture here and show you. This is what the project is going to look like when I get finished. So really easy pattern. I'm using a let's see what size. Oh, I thought I had it written down. I think it's an eye hook is what I'm using, I believe. But I'm just going with what the pattern calls for. Okay, so that one is that. And since I finished up the snowman square and my little robot friend, I went ahead and started a couple of new things. One thing is, I'll tell you about the yarn. I got this yarn from ordering a Afghan kit from Mary Maxim, probably a month, no, more than that, 2 to 3 months ago maybe, and it came, it was a blanket pattern. Okay, no, a kit. And it came with the blanket pattern, and it came with this yarn. And the yarn that they sent me is the Mary Maxim Prism yarn. And it is a number 3 weight yarn, 100% acrylic. And it's very pretty. The colorway they sent me is the Raindrop. And it's got really pretty jewel tone colors. You can see those. Very, very pretty. And I was looking at the care instructions, and it says for this yarn to hand wash it in cold water and to lie it out flat to dry. And I was thinking, well, I don't think I wanted to make a whole blanket out of that. The blanket, I'm going to have to hand wash the blanket and lay it flat and all that. So I decided to wanted to go ahead and use this yarn for something else, and I will use a different yarn for the pattern that they sent it to me to make. So anyway, I did remember that there was a family member that another family member told me about. Don't want to mention names, but that liked jewel toned colors. And so I decided that this would be a perfect time for me to go and try to tackle one of my my 2018 crafty goals from that video from the beginning of the year, that I was wanting to start very early in doing Christmas presents. And so this is a Christmas present that I will be making for one of my family members. So I thought this would be very pretty yarn to make a shawl out of. This yarn is similar to, I believe, Lion Brand Landscapes and Red Heart Unforgettable, I think. Yeah. So anyway, here is how it's coming out. I think it's really pretty. I believe I had a picture of this on my Facebook page. The Facebook group page. I posted it yesterday. But anyway, There it is, very pretty. So it's coming out of like a self-striping. I'll put it up against me, maybe you can see the colors better. So I think it's going to be very pretty. The pattern that I'm doing is the summer shawl, and it's by Nadia of Yarn Utopia. She does have a tutorial to show you how to do it, to kind of get you started. You get it set up, and then there's a repeat of row 3 through 8, I believe is the pattern repeat, and you just keep repeating it until it gets the size that you want. So there's that. I'm using an H hook for it. And so there's a written pattern also, if you prefer that. But anyway, I thought it would be nice. It's kind of a simple, it's a simple, not a lot of real fancy stitches, but I think since the colors are so pretty in the yarn, I want to let the colors speak for itself, I guess you'd say, and where the stitches are simpler, but the colors are really what's going to make it pretty, I think. So anyway, there's that. And let's see. The other works in progress I did is I had this container right here that had a lot of little tiny balls of yarn left over, scraps, and of course that's not all I have. I have a big basket that's got larger size, but these were the ones where I usually would put the very small balls in. And I just started pulling out random balls, and I started making little 4-row granny squares. Just simple granny square stitch, 4 rows, and just all different color combinations. I've got quite a few done. You get started and it's kind of addictive. You just keep going with it. And I actually weaved in all my ends. I've gotten pretty good at that as far as having a good habit of doing that because of doing the 365 Days of Granny Square project. So she always stresses to sew in your ends when you finish the square. So anyway, I have been doing that. I've got a little stack here, and I will tell you in just a few minutes what I'm going to do with these. Okay. So that's all my works in progress that I've worked on. Now, I do want to, I do have one shout out that I want to let everybody know about. I have recently discovered, and I know that some of you probably, I'm sure, because she has quite a few subscribers, but so you probably already know about her. I don't know why I just now found her, but I have been binge watching her videos, and I'm really enjoying it. Her name is Krista, and her channel is The Secret Yarnery. Yes. Right? Let me check. Yes, The Secret Yarnery. And like I said, her name is Krista, and she lives in Kenya, Africa. And I really am enjoying her videos. She's got projects that she shows, and she also shows some of the scenery and some of the things around, and talks about living in Africa. And I'm just really enjoying her videos. So hello, Krista. I'm so glad that I found your videos, and I'm hoping to watch many more of them. They have really nice, she has also some tutorials, quite a few, and I want to go through them, and there's several of them that I saw that I really want to make. So I'm looking forward to spending more time on her channel. Okay, so that's my shout out. Please go check her out if you haven't. I think you'd really enjoy her channel. Okay, and then as for I do have some upcoming projects to talk about. Okay, so as you know, since beginning of the year, I guess, or well, once a month, whatever, I had discovered some cowls, crochet alongs, that a few people are doing, like the Christmas character Afghan cowl that I am kind of hostessing, I guess. Is something that we do once a month, and then you work on other projects, and then the next month, and you do the next one. Well, there's other cowls going on that are like that, and the first one that I've been working on is the Harmony sample blanket from Sarah Satch here on YouTube, and the last Monday of every month she releases the next stitch. It'd be like a sample blanket that we're using just scrap yarn with, and I'm participating in that. And so this upcoming Monday, today is March the 22nd, and so this upcoming Monday, I believe, if I got it worked out right, it will be the last Monday of the month before it turns into April. So this coming Monday, she will be releasing the next section of her sample blanket. So next week I will have what I've worked on, and I will show you that one because I'll have a new section to add. Okay, so that is the first one. The next one I talked about and showed you last week. I was kind of late in getting started on it, and so I had to kind of get 3 months worth, January, February's, and March's section done all at once to catch up. But now I'm caught up, and so I'm ready for on April the 1st. The next section will be released, and this is from Jada in Stitches, and it's her calendar blanket that she's going to be doing this year. And it is another kind of sample blanket. I'm using baby pastel colors because the stitches are Victorian type stitches. And so April the 1st is, well, it's not next week, but it's the one after that. It's actually, that will be Easter Sunday. But anyway, she'll be releasing that new section for that blanket, and so I will be working on that one again once she releases it. So next week, I should have Sarah Satch's The Harmony Blanket, that section done. I'll show you that. And then the following week, I should have Jada in Stitches, her blanket section done, and so I can show you that one. So, and then of course, the Christmas character blanket that I just showed you and spoke about a while ago, once April starts, so it'll be, well, 2 weeks probably or whatever before I get started on it, but it'll be time to do the 4th square, which is the Christmas sleigh square that I showed you a while ago. And speaking of that, I just want to remind those that have not gone over to Facebook and joined our Facebook group. I do have a Facebook group called Yarnjoy Podcast, and it is for those that are participating in this crochet along, so we can encourage each other to get our squares done, but also to show our progress. But it's not just for those, I mean, it's for those people, but also for any of the YouTube viewers that want to join our group and post pictures, and so I can see the projects that you are working on. If you don't happen to have if you don't make YouTube videos, you can go over onto the Facebook group, join the group, and please post your pictures of the things that you're making. Regardless if you're on doing the Christmas character crochet along, or one of these other crochet alongs that I'm doing also, or just whatever you're making, I'd love to see pictures of what you're doing. So check us out over there on Facebook. Okay, and let's see what else. Okay, so back to these little granny squares that I showed you. I have been making these with the goal of making my first tutorial. So I'm anxious to do it, kind of nervous. I've never done that before. But I'm trying to plan it out, so these will be something that I'm going to be doing. I did in preparation for that, because what my tutorial is I'm going to do is since the whole entire time that I've made these videos from the beginning, I've always talked about my favorite join-as-you-go method to join squares together. So I'm going to do a tutorial to show you how I do it. It is not my method. I mean, it's my go-to method, I guess you'd say, but I didn't come up with it, so I don't want to give credit to myself. I believe, I think the proper name of the join-as-you-go method is the flat braid method, I think, something like that. But I will do a tutorial on it to show you how I put my squares together, and so that way it will be over on my channel, and so that way when I talk about it, since I use it so often, I will have it on there, so then anybody that's interested in how I do it can check it out right there on my channel. And it is, of course, the way that I put these squares together. And most other Afghans, or whatever, as long as, well, it works good putting, when you have to put so many squares together. I'm going to be working on that this weekend. I'm going to attempt to film the pieces and then try to figure out a video editor, which I am not very good at. I don't even know how to pop up pictures or anything. That's why I show pictures on my phone up to the camera screen, because that's the only way I know how to do it right now. So I'm learning, though, little by little. I'm trying. And one reason I kind of delayed in doing the tutorials, doing a tutorial, is because, as you know, or maybe you don't know, but I am a left-hander crocheter, and so I would like to be able to figure out how to reverse my videos, so then right-handed people, which I know the majority of people are right-handed, will be able to follow the tutorial, and I would have it, I'm hoping that I will have it released both ways, where it'll be a left-handed version and a right-handed version. So that's my aim to work on this weekend. So hopefully I'll be able to get that done and get it up soon. I'm hoping. So think about me when I'm trying to do it, and hopefully it'll work out good. Okay, and then the only other upcoming extra video besides my episodes is the fact that at the beginning of the year, I look back here, see the whiteboard right there? I have my goals, my crafty goals for the year. I have it written there, that's why I'm glancing back over there. But anyway, when I was doing my crafty goal video, I guess it was one of my goals, was to post a quarterly update video through the year, to show how I'm doing on my crafty goals, just to kind of remind myself of my crafty goals, I guess, to keep it fresh in my mind. And I encourage well, I know many of you that make videos, you also made a crafty goal video, and maybe this might be something you might be interested in doing yourself also, to kind of keep yourself accountable to meeting these goals. So I will have the end of March, this month, will be the end of the first quarter. And so I'm going to make a update, I guess, video on my crafty goals to see how I've been doing on them. So stay tuned for that. That should be probably not, well, not this week. It's not quite the end of March, but the following week, possibly I'll get that done as well. So please be looking for that. Okay, so that's it for today, I think. Thank you so much for my new subscribers. My subscriber total, or whatever, it's just really climbing, and it's just so exciting. I guess my videos are getting out there a little bit more, but I'm just really enjoying all the great comments everybody's giving me, and it's really encouraging me to look for even more variety of projects that I can do. My greatest, well, how do I say, not reward, but what makes me feel really good, I guess you'd say, is the fact that I've had some people comment to say that I've inspired them to get crocheting again. I've inspired them to try projects of different things and kind of get out of their comfort zone to try different methods of doing things. I think that's just so great that I can maybe give people the inspiration to crochet, because I enjoy it so much, and it's very beneficial for me. It's a great stress buster, and it's just a great hobby. I really enjoy it, and I enjoy making things for others, to donate to others, and to make gifts for people. And I'm so glad that by me showing you all the different projects that I do, that is helping other people think of things that they want to do as well. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. And I make weekly videos and show you all the different things that I'm working on. And so please subscribe if you haven't, and like my videos and share them, so then other people can see them. So I guess that's it. We've been having wonderful weather down here in Texas, and so it's really been enjoyable. And I hope wherever you're at that you're having great weather, and if not, then just imagine sunny skies and I don't know. Oh, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but anyway, I hope everybody has a great week, and we will talk to you, or I will talk and you will hear from me next week. Take care, everybody. Bye.